Hello my art-loving friends! So today, if you're watching this on the day it's released, is Prime Day as well as tomorrow. And there are a couple of art supplies I think you should keep an eye out for. I have no idea if these are actually going to go on sale, but if they do, you should snatch them up. Let's begin. Let's talk about brushes first. These are the brushes I use all the time and constantly. These two are the Winsor & Newton Cotman size 12 and 10 rounds, and this is just a cheap Royal & Langnickel round size 6. Now these you can get individually. I will link everything I talk about in today's video down below, but this I cannot find individually, but there is a set of a whole bunch of round brushes that you can find this one in, and that will be linked below as well. Another really fun brush set that I like is this Fumui. I have no idea how to say it, but these are travel brushes. They come in this leather pouch. It's maybe leather, maybe fake leather. I have no idea and it doesn't say. Anyway, you get 3 round brushes and they pull out and snap back in and make a full length brush. And I have used these in several paintings and they are really nice to use. I like them a lot. They have a hole in the end for ventilation. You get a round size 12, a round size 8, and a round size 4. And these aren't just for travel. You can use these in your studio. You can just keep them snapped together all the time and use them. They're really great. They are synthetic, supposedly, and I really like them. But I prefer synthetic brushes, so that's my preference. Let's talk about watercolor paper, because that's the most fun part of watercolor is finding the right paper, right? So one that I really like lately is this Bao Hong. This is artist watercolor paper. Other people have also used just the Academy watercolor paper, and they seem to be both equally really good. I think the Academy might be a little bit thinner. This is the 140-pound block, and I think the Academy is maybe 90-pound. Don't quote me on that, but regardless, if you have Bao Hong 100% cotton watercolor paper, I don't think you can go wrong, but this is the only one I've tried. So this green cover, 140-pound, look for that. It's a good one. I love it. And it's quite a bit cheaper than Arches or other high-end watercolor paper too, so that's a bonus. But we do have to mention Arches watercolor paper. This is the cold pressed and the rough. I like them both. They're really fun to use. This paper you just can't go wrong with. It does everything you would expect it to do with your watercolors. And then of course there is the Etcher sketchbooks. The Etcher sketchbooks are 100% cotton watercolor paper, and you can get a variety pack, 3 different sizes, for I think around $75 to $85, and the 3-pack will come with the size A6, A5, and A4, which is really handy, although I do prefer working in this large A4 size. It is my favorite size to work in, and when I travel I do like to do the A5. It just fits a little better. Sometimes I take the tiny little A6 with me, but I don't like to work in that one as well as the others. However, it's all good. They're all really nice. This one is almost finished. I have like 2 half pages I have to finish in here. It's very exciting. And something that's actually likely to be on sale on Prime Day, because some of those others probably you won't find on sale, but who knows, maybe you'll get lucky. But these you will probably find on sale, I hope, are these Gen Crafts watercolor paper. Now, I've not tried these yet, so I really can't recommend them. However, there is a video that Christy Rice did that I will link below and in the corner for you, because she tried just this one, which is not 100% cotton, and it won out of a whole bunch of other paper. And this one is 100% cotton. So I have these to try. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I think if you can find them on sale, according to her video, go watch her video first, but I would give them a try if I were you. All right, let's go into the miscellaneous things that you might want to look for on Prime Day. Before we get into the good stuff, watercolors, the actual watercolors. All right, first thing is washi tape. Now this is part of a 5-pack that I got, 5 of these mini rolls, because I bought them for my daughter-in-law and my son's girlfriend for their birthdays, and this was just the 5th one and I kept it for myself. Anyway, I really like washi tape. It comes off the paper really easily. They come in fun designs, which can be a little distracting when you're painting, so you have to keep that in mind. But I use a lot of tape, so it does not hurt my feelings to have some. Something else a little bit random is this clear Westcott ruler. My studio lights are shining on it, but it's see-through. Hello. So you don't have to mark all of your lines when you're doing like the straight lines for your swatch sheets and whatever else you might be doing. So I really like this. It saves you a lot of time. Get the 2-inch wide one by 12 inches because that is the winner for sure. I do carry the 1 inch by 6 inches in my travel bag. It's not nearly as handy as this one though, but this one just doesn't fit in my little pencil case, so I may have to rethink what I'm doing there. I don't know. All right, another miscellaneous thing for watercolor is this ceramic palette. It has 9 slots, and anytime I have paint that I don't have a specific palette for, then I will pull this out and use it, especially my liquid watercolors. So I just drop some in the different wells, use this all the time. It's not very expensive. I think when I bought it, it was around $11, and I'll link this also. So speaking of when you just have some miscellaneous watercolors, I just received some miscellaneous half pans and there's no palette for them. So if you can find these fun little palettes, they come in these great little designs. You can get this one, you can get one that is more like rainbow colored that I don't have. It's quite pretty though, and that's the one I want. And they will come empty. This one happens to have paint in it because this is my Daniel Smith palette that I teach my beginner watercolor class at college with. I do need a couple more of these because I have some paints in the studio, and like I said, I just received some happy mail, so stay tuned for Friday's video because I will be showing you all those goodies, but I need a palette, although she did send me one that I could probably use. I'm very excited for that. Okay, moving on. This light box is a really, really fun find because it is battery operated, you guys. Look, no cords attached to it, and boing, it comes on. It has different warmths of light because I found that when you're trying to trace something, sometimes you use a different warmth of light and it's easier to see what you're tracing, so it's kind of handy. Plus, the battery operated thing for me is perfect. I hate dealing with cords, and I'm out traveling a lot in my camp trailer, so that one has been a good find for me. It's quite expensive, so definitely look for that on Prime Day. One thing that is not watercolor, but I really, really like are these Artex acrylic markers. Now these are like Poscas, except they're not. They are acrylic markers, but you don't have to pump them. I did an entire video about these, so I will link that in the corner for you because they are definitely worth checking out. I think you'll really enjoy using them, not having to pump them, and they were delightful, so check out that video. The last thing not watercolor are these Caran d'Ache Neo Color 2s. You have to make sure you get the 2s for what I'm recommending because they are water soluble. I really like them. I just did the very last video on the Friday right before this. I compared these with 3 other water soluble kind of crayon things, and I will link that video in the corner for you and in the description box below. But these are quite expensive if you're trying to buy them on their own, so if you can find them on Prime Day, hopefully they'll be on sale, you guys. I just don't know. Even though many of us YouTubers are affiliates with Amazon, they don't give us a preview of what's going to be on sale, so we are in the dark as you are. All right, now for the fun stuff, the watercolor paint itself. This part is addictive. If you're starting to get into watercolor and you're kind of new at it, you're gonna get pulled in, I'm sure. Anyway, the first thing would be this Kuretake portable travel set. Okay, it comes in this very sturdy palette here. You can see my little swatch sheet, lots of fun colors. Comes with the water brush and the liner brush. The pencil is my own. And I just released a light fast video. These are surprisingly light fast so far, so I think it would be worth checking out. The next one that I wouldn't have thought to put in here until I did the 1-year light fast testing on it is this Van Gogh pocket set, because they are amazingly light fast so far and they're usually affordable. This set not on sale is only around $25 normally, and the colors are quite enjoyable, so it might be something that you want to look for. Another is this Magello Mission Gold Pure Pigment set, and this has 24 tubes of paint in it that are all single pigment. And again, check out that light fast test that I did after 1 year. A lot of the Magello Mission Gold paints are standing up to the test of time in full bright sunlight for hours and hours every day. So I haven't tested this pure pigment set. This is something I just received recently, but I suspect some of these colors are also in that other set that I tested, and this is something you might find on sale. Normal price, I think, varies between like $68 and $85, so hopefully you could find that on sale. I really enjoy using the Magello watercolors. They're a bit softer than like Daniel Smith. Really fun to use. I would be remiss if I did not mention my once favorite brand, Core, and I'm still figuring out if it is my favorite brand because I recently received Rosa Gallery paints and M. Graham watercolors, and I really, really like them. So it'll be interesting to see how they add up, but they come in tubes. At least this was a 24 tube set that I squeezed into full pans. And if you can find core watercolors on sale, I would say buy them. If you are worried about light fastness, you might avoid some of the browns. You'll have to go watch my light fast video again. Keep saying that, but it's important if you are selling your artwork. Another one is the Paul Rubens set of 24. Now this one comes in really pretty packaging and a really pretty palette. Look at how beautiful this is. It's so pretty. Okay, so this has 24 half pans. I haven't opened them yet. This is something that I just bought recently because I actually gave my 12 set, the only Paul Rubens paints I had, to my daughter-in-law. And so I replaced them with the 24 set in this beautiful palette. So I'm excited to get into those. That'll be something coming up on my channel soon. Next are kind of a new love for me, the Rosa Gallery watercolors. Now these are great because they came in full pans. They were wrapped. They're very soft. I can touch them and only a few of them are tacky, but I live here in Colorado where it's very dry. One of my friend viewers, she lives in southern Georgia and hers never dried out and she was having quite a bit of trouble with them, so you might keep that in mind if you're in a really humid climate. If you can't keep these flat in your studio, maybe try a different brand, something a little stiffer, but I really love them here in Colorado. And the reason I'm mentioning these is because you can get these sets on Amazon, so it's quite handy. And they come in this very uniquely colored metal tin. Another set of paints that I just received recently and I'm really enjoying using are the M. Graham watercolors. Now this is the Mind of Watercolor set, which you can only get on Wet Paint Art, which wouldn't help you much on Amazon. However, I am mentioning the M. Graham ones because you can get other sets on Amazon. So if you can find them on sale, I would say go for it. So I poured mine into this palette here. They are super sticky, even here in Colorado. I'm not gonna touch them because they do come up on my fingers. I have traveled with these the last 2 weekends, but I've kept them flat because I'm just in my camp trailer, so I can control that. So they're very enjoyable to work with. If you like the softer paints, I would recommend those. I am sure there are paints and supplies that I have totally forgotten, and after this video comes out, I'll be like, oh, darn it all. But just check out the Prime Day deals. If you have any questions at all, email me and I can answer you before you order it because I would be happy to do that. My email is in the description box of every video as well as the about box on my channel, so you should be able to find me. As far as what I'm going to be looking for this Prime Day, these watercolor palettes, there is a 2-pack set of these that I could really use. And then I have some just like furniture stuff that I need for our bedroom, but I have so many art supplies that I'm gonna try and avoid looking online too much on Prime Day. I know I'm gonna be sucked in, but if I buy anything, I'll let you guys know. I'm supposed to not buy anything because that's kind of a restriction I set on myself, but our supplies are irresistible, so we'll see how that goes. All right guys, good luck on Prime Day. You've gotta let me know if you pick up anything, if you find any amazing deals, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Stop wiggling. First thing that I'll talk about is the brushes that I use all the time. I use these 2 Windsor, whoops, do over. Is this the right way I'm pointing? I hope so. Left, yeah. All right, now, hang on. Gotta get settled here. All right, now for this, can't talk. What do you think, Jack? What do you think? Hmm? You can hide. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, babes. Hi, babes. Hi, babes. You're so cute.
Well, I'm gonna go inside and find something else to munch on.
Yeah.